I mean, you guys know the drill. I gotta make sure this stream is even working before I start anything. Alright, says I'm live. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Don't see the stream yet. Hey, we got something. We got something. Look at that. One watching now. Hey, that's me. Hey, that's me. Hey, oh. I see a few people in here. Look at that. Hey, guys. Whoa, dude. That's a lot of people. Hey, guys. So secret. So secret. Hello, fellow nerds. Hey, guys. Yeah, stream looks good. Do I sound good? Do I sound good? I think there's a bit more than one person watching. Well, there was one person a few seconds ago, so I guess not when I said it, because a few people heard that, but whatever. Hey, guys. Hello. And welcome back to another stream. I don't know. I just do these whenever I feel like it, you know? They're kind of fun. Let's go. Yeah, you're awesome. You sound like a person. Hey. Then I guess I'm doing something wrong. Technically, I'm a bacon, right? You sound great. You sound good. What are you doing? Oh, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good today, man. Well, pretty good. Pretty good. I did something horrible to myself this morning. I went and I watched the Smurfs movie. So that's what tomorrow's video is going to be about. That should be pretty fun. Beyond the Spider-Verse got delayed 3 weeks. I know. I saw, what was it? Vet's Movies? I saw his video on it. And yeah, it's wild, but at the same time, it's not, I don't know. It's not that discouraging. I thought when I heard it was delayed again, I was like, oh, okay, December 2027. But 3 weeks is not good. But also, I don't know. Could be a whole lot worse. But anyways, hello. Hello. Welcome back. We're gonna do another stream. It's just gonna be same thing as last time. Just gonna be playing Celeste. I don't even remember where I was. It has been a while since I played this. Is it no, I got the heart last time. Is it time for core? Ooh, I think it's time for core. Okay, yeah, no longer secret. We are here. Yeah, all 88 of you. Wow, guys. Hello and welcome. Let's get into this. Okay. Am I going to watch the Fantastic Four? All right, we're starting off with a pretty good question. No. I'm going to be skipping Fantastic Four. I'll probably watch it on streaming like I did with Captain America, but I'm not interested in it. And at the end of the day, like, that's the great thing about my channel. I get to talk about whatever I'm interested in. Let's not do that. There you go. I don't know. Fantastic Four looks like a movie. Dude, I was on the Marvel hype train for Thunderbolts, and then I was disappointed by that one. And I thought that Thunderbolts looked a heck of a lot better than Fantastic Four. So if I hear really, really good things in the reviews, yeah, maybe I'll go give this movie a try. But as of right now, not expecting a lot, so I'm probably not going to see it. That's kind of why I didn't watch Jurassic World Rebirth. That's why I didn't watch, I feel like there's been a few other movies that have come out recently that I skipped just because I wasn't that interested in them. If they're a film that I can't make a good video on, like The Smurfs, like technically that's not a movie I was super interested in, but I also was, man. Dude, this movie, oh my gosh. I've never seen a marketing campaign as just like bonkers and broken and stupid as the Smurfs marketing campaign. I had to go and see how bad it was, you know? And so that's tomorrow's video. Should be pretty fun. But I don't know. I skip movies if I think I know about how good they're gonna be. And with Fantastic Four, I think I know how good that one's gonna be. With Jurassic World Rebirth, I thought I knew about how good that one was gonna be, and then I heard the reviews and was like, yeah, that one ended up being about. I haven't seen that, so I don't know it's bad, but I did not hear great things in the reviews. So yeah. Might watch that one on streaming, though. Alright, let's see. Lego gun for gun of the day. Hey, I think I've seen your comment pretty much every day. I'm planning on doing a video on the Lego Batman movie soon. I think. Yeah, I just haven't rewatched the Lego Batman movie. And when I do, I'm going to use a Lego gun. So, sorry I didn't do that the other day. Did anyone see the Hidden Inventory movie? No, I don't know what that is. Alright, please watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. Oh, man. Dude, I know that I knew this was going to come up. So, I'm skipping on K-Pop Demon Hunters for basically the same reason that I'm skipping on Fantastic Four. Like, I don't know, I'm not interested. And that is the great thing about doing YouTube. I can skip on whatever I personally just don't feel that interested in. And everybody has said it is like the greatest movie of the year. It's the greatest thing ever. Cool. I don't know. I have kind of a history with K-pop. It's not a great history. I've had not just one, but like multiple different friends that have tried desperately to get me into K-pop after I was just like, yeah, it's not really my thing. And they kind of ignored me and still tried. Like, when I say they tried, I mean like it was kind of obsessive. Like, multiple different people have tried getting I needed that. Multiple different people have tried like using flashcards and stuff to get me to memorize the different BTS crew members. It's just like, dude, I am fine if someone loves something. Like, if you love something and just have a passion for it, that's awesome. Go ahead, you love it. But the second that I become the problem, since I don't like the same thing as you, is the second that, like, I don't know, I'm not happy, Bob. I'm not, this isn't a game anymore. And so, I don't know, is that a bad reason to skip on K-pop Demon Hunters? Probably. But like, I don't know, I don't like K-pop, I'm not a fan of it, and so, I don't know. I'm gonna be skipping that one, but I don't even know if any of what I just said made sense. I've just had kind of a rough go with K-pop fans, and it's just musically, I don't see much wrong with K-pop. It's kind of fun. It's kind of poppy. Like, it's fine. But it's like, there's this weird, I don't know. A lot of the people that are in the K-pop fandom and movement can't accept that some people just, it's not their thing. And so, I don't know, I feel like I just need to kind of stand my ground and probably not watch this one. I was talking with my brother the other day, though, and he was just like, dude, I think I've watched 13 movies this year, and so far none of them are great. Like, there's been some nice ones, but nothing is amazing. And, last year was kind of similar, to where there weren't that many movies I could point to and be like, yeah, that was a good movie. But once we got to the end of the year, we watched a bunch of the movies that people said were amazing. And so I think me and my brother were just like, you know what? If we get to the end of this year and there's not a single movie we can point to and say that is great, maybe we'll try K-pop Demon Hunters. And I was just like, yeah, okay. Maybe. We'll see. So either way, I'm not watching that one anytime soon. Alright, why do you have a crown and a number beside your I don't know. XP. Wait, what is this? 0 XP. Top fans. What? How does it decide who's a fan? Some people in here have 75 XP. Some of you have 50 XP. I don't get it. That's crazy. Wow. Cool. Whatever. Hey, thanks to all the fans in here, whether it says you're a fan or not. Have I seen the new Okay, yes, I saw Superman. It was a good movie, you know? It was good. I enjoyed it. Was it the best movie I've ever seen? No. It had a lot of flaws, but like, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. The more I've thought about it, the more I do think it was pretty good, you know? I like it more the more I think about it. Is it a film I think I'll ever watch again? No, I don't think it's on par with like Iron Man and it's always gonna get those kinds of comparisons, whether that's fair or not, to Iron Man, just because it is a universe starting movie. And I personally was thinking about it the other day. Why was Superman not as good as Iron Man? And I think the answer I came up with is because Iron Man was a character-focused story. It was one of the most... Like, I rewatched it recently. People don't just love that movie because it started the MCU. It's genuinely just an amazing movie, man. Like, that film is just awesome. Superman was pretty good, you know? It did a lot of things right, but there were a lot of things that I think it probably could have done better. And I think Iron Man was just a character-focused movie. It didn't care about building a world, it just wanted you to like the character of Iron Man. Whereas with Superman, there was so much more going on. Like, you had an entire world that they were trying to introduce, a bunch of characters and stuff. I thought it was a little bit overstuffed, but I've seen a lot of people that like really enjoyed the amount it tried to immerse you in the world. But I think that was one of the reasons I think Iron Man landed better. Its goal was to build a character to anchor the universe on, whereas this, like, it focused on Superman, but it was more trying to build a world to get you focused on, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense, but That's one of the disparities I've seen. I need XP. Yet I don't know what's going on. What's going on with that? Can you rate Thunderbolts, and who's your favorite character from that movie? Okay, oh man, okay, so one of, like, the top 3 most unpopular videos I have ever posted was my Thunderbolts review. I think I'm one of, like, 3 people in the entire world that did not like that movie. Oh my gosh, dude. Not a good film. I did not really like that movie. I will say, I do love most of its characters outside of the film. Which, again, is such a weird take, but, like, Yelena, I think she's awesome in a lot of other things. I think, Red Guardian is great in a lot of other things. Bucky is awesome in a lot of other things. In Thunderbolts, I thought none of them were good. I don't know. It was just... It was not a great movie, man. It was not. Superman was a much better movie than Thunderbolts. I will go on record saying that. But as far as who the best character was in Thunderbolts, I mean, I feel like this is kind of unfair. I always have to give a shout out to Bad Cap or John Walker, just because, like, he is a character that I think has so much potential, and they won't do anything with him. But, oh well. Oh well. Was he the best in that movie? No, he was the butt of every joke, just like he always is, so... I don't know, man. I'll go with Ghost. No. The best character in Thunderbolts, it was Taskmaster, guys. Let's all be real. Taskmaster... They just had an absolutely mind-blowing performance in that movie. It was beautiful. Okay, can't really look at the comments without dying. Alright, let's see. What do we got? I kind of understand where you're coming from. Hey, thanks. Face reveal? Never. Have I watched the new Mission Impossible? Yes. Yes, I have. Okay, so I might get out my list in a minute. I think what I did last year, I had a running ranked list of every single movie that I'd watched from the year. And, ooh, that was bad. And every time I saw a new movie, I would add it to the ranked list. And so that's kind of what I'm doing this year too. Every time I see a movie, I rank it according to, like, how good it is compared to all the other movies I've seen this year. And you know, it's a rough year when for a minute, Superman kicked it out, but Zombies 4 was in the top 5. That's really sad, man. Now, the list is ranked based on how much I enjoy the movie, how much I would suggest it to other people, you know? Because, like, technically, yes, we can all agree Thunderbolts is a better made movie than Zombies 4. I think pretty much everyone can agree with that. But I enjoyed Zombies 4 more. Like, I found more enjoyment in it. It was so dumb, so badly made, and that's part of why it was just such an enjoyable time, you know? But yes, I've seen, off the top of my head, I've seen Captain America 4, I've seen Dogman, Snow White, Thunderbolts, Superman. This is not in any particular order, by the way. Mission Impossible, that was what you asked in your question. I should probably answer that. So, Mission Impossible. The action was pretty good. Like, I thought the plane chase scene at the end was beautifully shot. Like, I don't know, that scene was really, really well done. And then there was something else about the movie I really, really liked. What was it? I liked it a lot better than Mission Impossible 7. And both of them, in my opinion, I feel like I've been such a downer recently with a lot of different shorts, with a lot of different reviews. Again, I've not personally found a movie that I absolutely love this year, but a lot of other people have, most of which is K-pop Demon Hunters, so sorry about that. I did not think Mission Impossible 7 or 8 was nearly as good as Mission Impossible has been in the past. Mission Impossible 4 and Mission Impossible 6 are hands down some of the greatest action movies of all time. Like, genuinely, they are so well made. And Mission Impossible 7 was a massive step down. It did some things really, really, really well. Like, if I remember correctly, the airport scene was really good. And then the stunt at the end, where he jumps off the cliff. That's fantastic. But the rest of the movie, it was shot during COVID. And if you watch the movie, you can tell nobody is in the same room with the other characters. Like, they're social distancing, and the film is shot in a way that kind of tries to make it seem like everyone's in the same room, but you can tell, okay, these people are not in a real room, they're sitting around a green screen, and they're sitting 6 feet away from each other, or they're just not even in the same room. And I don't know, that kind of breaks the immersion, because, like, I get it. It was COVID. They're weird times, you know? But it made the movie a heck of a lot worse. There was a scene where they're at some kind of, like, event, and there's, like, 8 characters all sitting around a table, and you can tell none of them are in that room, and they're not sitting together, and it just looks bad. And half the shots in that film are, like, tilted and angled and weird. It's just a weirdly made movie because of all the weird COVID restrictions. And so, Mission Impossible 8 was a lot better because you can tell it didn't have the same restrictions. I feel like they probably still did have some restrictions, but not, like, anything near to the level of Mission Impossible 7. And so, I don't know, crud. It did not have the visual problems of 7, which was really, really nice. Didn't think the villain in Mission Impossible 7 or 8, Gabriel, I think, I did not think he was that good of a villain. I will say, I did really like the dude they brought back from the original Mission Impossible. He was pretty funny. He was just like the random dad character, and like, I don't know, it didn't make sense for him to be there, but he was funny, you know? He was funny, he was kind of fun. I enjoyed him being there, and I think he had like a native, I don't remember the word for, not a Native American, but someone who was like native to Canada. Inuit, I think? He had like an Inuit wife. She was nice too. She was cool. Yeah, it was a good movie to see in theaters. I enjoyed watching it in the theaters. It did not live up to the original, not the originals, but like Mission Impossible 4 and 6, which are, again, some of the greatest films ever made. Absolutely fantastic. But I think Mission Impossible right now is in my top 3? Which again, I just had tons of problems I just told you about with that movie, and it's still in my top 3. Again, that tells you this has not been a great year for the bacon guy. But that's okay. Again, last year, I also thought there weren't that many good movies, and then by the time the year ended, there were tons of films that just came out of nowhere, like Transformers 1, and, Carry On was fantastic. I just watched Alien Romulus the other day. That was another movie at the end of last year. Fantastic movie. Like, one of the best films I've seen in a very long time. I'm not a horror film guy. That was a very well-made horror movie. Oh my gosh. But, well. Let me see what else we got. Favorite horror movie, please. Hey, there you go. There you go. I don't know if that would be my favorite horror movie. I'm not really a horror film guy. Off the top of my head, that's the only horror film I can think of that I've seen. But Alien Romulus was brilliantly made. The ending is one of the freakiest things I've seen in any movie ever. Oh my gosh. Wes Anderson movies, because Phoenician Scheme is probably the best movie this year so far. I've not seen that. I need to watch that one. Can you rank all the different Mission Impossible movies? Okay, I won't do that in a short, but I can probably do that right now. So I think 6 takes the cake for me. That is the best Mission Impossible film. Absolutely fantastic. 4 is a very close second. Very good movie. Like, probably still a 10 out of 10 film. I would put 5. 5 would be the next one. Again, they were so good there for a second, man. After 5, which is just a tiny step down from 4 and 6. It's not as legendary, but it still has like a lot of the same things that make the series so great, you know? After that, you have Mission Impossible 3, which is, it's kind of different. You can tell. Mission Impossible 1 and 2, for those of you that don't know, each one is kind of directed by a different director up until you get pretty late in the series. And so every film just feels so different. And then you get to 4, 5, and 6, and they are directed by different directors, but they all have just a similar tone and feeling, and it is absolutely fantastic. But Mission Impossible 3, you can tell that was where they were kind of finding their footing, and you can see little bits and pieces of 4, 5, and 6 in it. Like, you can see that's where it's going. But it's also way darker, and the villain is horrifying in that movie. Like, if 7 or 8 wanted a good villain, they could have taken lessons from the villain for Mission Impossible 3. Great film. What else is there? 1 is okay. The series has kind of gone a long way since the original. 2, I remember 2 being one of the worst, but where would 7 and 8 factor in? I think I had 6 was the best, then 4, then 5, then 3, then probably 8, then 7, than 1 than 2. Because 1 is iconic, but also it feels completely different from all the other Mission Impossible movies, you know? Like, it found its identity later on in the series. And 2 is just wild. They got a Bollywood director, and it's got, like, weird romance and stuff. Just a strange film, but pretty fun. Pretty fun movie. The only good Disney Plus thing this year is Win or Lose. Dude, if Win or Lose counted as a movie, that would be my #1 of the year. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I guess I've not seen any amazing movies this year, but that show was fantastic, man. Absolutely incredible. Okay, have you seen Stranger Things? If not, would you watch it? If you have, what's your favorite season, and what were your thoughts on Season 5's trailer? I have seen Stranger Things. Fun fact, the Stranger Things... I've made 3 videos about Stranger Things, actually, and if you've not seen them, that's because those are my least watched videos. People don't seem to care about Stranger Things, or at least my audience doesn't seem to care about Stranger Things, and so talking about it, it's kind of hard. It's kind of difficult when it comes to like shorts and stuff. I can talk about anything here. I think season 2 is my absolute favorite season. Like, that was just phenomenal, man. The character work in that season is great. The horror is awesome. So I guess I do watch some horrific things, but I can't think of like horror movies off the top of my head. I should not have used that up. Ooh. Ha, made it. Season 1, also fantastic. Season 3, the story starts to falter a little bit, but like the character work in that season is still 10 out of 10. Some of the best moments in Stranger Things are in season 3. Oh, crud. Then you get, what else was there? Season 4, I have gone on record, I did not like Stranger Things Season 4. I felt like it changed the whole tone of the series, and it started feeling less like a bunch of 80s kids having fun. And yeah, it was always, listen, Stranger Things has always been dark, but Season 4 just takes such a dark turn that, I don't know, it kind of turned me off from the show. I wasn't as big a fan of it. And I thought a lot of the characters weren't as good that season as well. So Season 5, I'm gonna watch it. I'm in too deep at this point. But I had a lot of problems with Season 4, and it looks like Season 5 is gonna continue a lot of the same problems I had, so we'll see. I would love to be wrong. Whenever I make some kind of comment like this, where like, I seem kind of negative, I want to be wrong. It's just, with so many of these shows and movies and stuff, it's hard to trust the companies behind them just because, like, they keep disappointing you. Stranger Things Season 4 was a disappointment. I would love for 5 to be amazing. Maybe it will be, but I don't know. We'll see. Pretty well-made trailer, though, you know? A lot of trailers today are not well-made, and the Stranger Things 5 one, yeah, it was pretty good. That's another short I want to do soon. I want to do... Because, again, everyone blames Elio's absolute failure on marketing. I think that's fair, but also, what is marketing? What makes marketing good? Everyone can say, oh yeah, the marketing screwed over Strange World. The marketing absolutely killed Transformers 1. It was the marketing we should blame for Elio. What are films that had good marketing? And what makes marketing good? And I don't know, I feel like that would be an interesting short, because off the top of my head, 2 films that just had brilliant marketing were Barbie, where everyone knew that movie was coming out, and pretty much everyone, I don't know, pretty much everybody ended up watching that movie, you know? The other one, Deadpool and Wolverine. Fantastically marketed film. And both of those films ended up hitting $1 billion, so what do you know? But then there's other films, like Inside Out 2, I don't think the marketing was that noticeable, you know? Like, you can't point to any part of it, unlike the Barbie and, my brain just absolutely blinked out. Unlike Barbie and Deadpool, you can't point to any parts of the Inside Out marketing campaign and be like, oh, that was absolutely genius. But that movie still ended up making billions of dollars. So, like, I don't know. I think it's a combination of how well you market the film, and then also just, is there interest in the movie? Inside Out 2, I remember when the first trailer came out, it broke records for how many views it got in, like, the first few hours. It was Pixar's most viewed trailer in the first 24 hours, I think, ever. And so, I don't know, part of it really does just come down to, is the audience interested in this movie? And from the beginning, I don't think people were very interested in Elio. The trailers weren't bad. One of the big problems with Elio, though, I think, was the fact that they tried, they completely changed it mid-development. And so a lot of people thought they knew what the movie was, and then it ends up being an entirely different film, and it got delayed and all that. So I think that definitely hurt the film. But, oh, well, let me see. What else we got? Can I do my feelings on the new Gumball casting? Okay, off the top of my head, this is news to me. I saw the new Gumball trailer, but I did not realize that they had cast a new Gumball. I guess it makes sense, though. Like, now that you mention it, his voice did sound a little different. I know they've cast Darwin differently a few different times, but with Gumball, I don't know. I thought he sounded fine, because again, as you just noticed, I didn't realize they had recast him, but I don't know. I did not know that. That's fascinating. I'll probably do a good job. There's very few shows and things out there that I think could deserve to come back. Gumball's one of them. Gumball is one of them. That's one that I've not watched a lot of, but from what I have watched, I can tell a lot of people absolutely love that show. And it has its own tone and humor that I've not seen pulled off anywhere else. So it's kind of crazy to me that they ever kind of stopped making that show in the first place, you know? Sup, my dude? Hey, sup, man? James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I've not seen that one. I want to, though, you know? I want to. How do I think Disney Plus plays a part in Disney's recent bombs and or success? Ooh. See, that's a tough one. I don't know. For a while there, I argued that streaming played basically no role. And it was just, people would blame streaming when it was other factors, you know? Like, there were a lot of controversies with Lightyear. Strange World had no marketing. And there were a few other bombs around that time where people were just like, oh, it's because they taught people to wait for streaming and now nobody's watching their movies in theaters. Yeah, but then there was Inside Out 2 that made billions of dollars. So, I don't know. I think it definitely does play a role. I think it really does just come down to, it's not, is this an original movie or does this look good? I think it is, does this look worth my time? And I think with Inside Out 2, people watched that and they were just like, whoa, I liked the original and the addition of anxiety is kind of cool. That looks like a fun movie. I think we should go watch that. But with Elio, again, I'm kind of a critic of this film. From the beginning, it doesn't seem like there's too much going on with that film, you know? It's just kind of kid makes friends in space. Yes, it's a Disney movie. Yes, it's a Pixar movie. But is that enough? Obviously, that's not enough to just win people over nowadays. And so it needs to be better than that. It needs to be a really good experience. And I know with Elemental, the one thing that really helped that film was positive word of mouth, and then it had this, like, the immigrant story that resonated with a lot of people. Elio doesn't have much going on underneath the surface, you know? And so, I don't know, I definitely think there is an element of it to where people will look at a movie or a concept and be like, you know what, this is not interesting enough, I will wait for streaming. And I think, again, movies are getting more expensive, inflation, all that stuff. I think people are choosing to spend their tickets on less, you know, and go see less movies. And so if the choice is, we get one movie this month, do we want it to be Elio or do we want it to be Superman? Do we want it to be the Lilo and Stitch remake? I don't think Elio would be that high on many people's lists, you know? And so I think that is where originals have a disadvantage, because even if, I don't know, what's a original that's come out recently that had a strong opening, you know? There's not been many. Sinners did well. That was one that happened. Nope did well like a few years ago. And Elemental eventually crawled to doing well, but other than that, most originals have just not done very well. And I posted that video the other day about how K-pop Demon Hunters, that should have come to theaters. I really thought it should have, and most of the comments on that video were just like, no, I would not have watched it if it was in theaters. I think it did better because it was on streaming, because it was such a wacky premise and stuff. And so, I don't know, I still think that if it had gone in theaters, it would have been a surprise hit of the summer, especially if it had had marketing and stuff, because, like, you watch the trailer, you see the marketing, you see, oh my gosh, this is a wild, different movie. There's nothing wild or different about Elio, it just looks like another movie. And I kind of feel the same about Hoppers, like, you've seen most of that before. K-pop Demon Hunters, we've not seen an animated studio do that, and so that was wild, that was different, that was unique. And so I think that's why that film just resonated with a lot of different people. I think it would have done pretty okay in theaters, but I think, honestly, a lot of people had a good point. They would not have tried it if it wasn't on streaming. And so I think that's the sad reality we might be in right now. People are spending less money in theaters because they want to make sure they're spending it on good things. And so they'll spend it on a surefire success. Maybe a sequel to a movie they like Zootopia 2 coming out later this year. A remake of a movie they know they like Dragons or Lilo and Stitch. They're not going to spend it on a movie like Elio that just does not look worth their time. So I don't know. It's rough, man. What are my thoughts on Billy Piper playing the Doctor in Doctor Who? The actor who played Rose in 2005. Is that happening, or is that like a fan cast or something? That's interesting. Off the top of my head, if that happened, I don't know, because technically the Doctor's already been a girl once. I don't know. With the Doctor, me personally, I think Doctor Who has kind of run its course. Like, I was really into Doctor Who in 9th Doctor, 10th Doctor. I watched most of the 11th Doctor. Couldn't really get into the 12th Doctor. I really did not like 13 or 14 or whoever they're on now. Like, the show, I think it massively fell off, and I don't know. It's not what it was. So I think that would be a really good thing to do if they want to, like, bring some people back as kind of a nostalgia grab. But how well would it work for, like, standing on its own? I don't know. That's a good question. Let me see. Thoughts on Deltarune? It's fine. It's fine. It's like Undertale if you took all the good stuff out. I'm gonna be real. Undertale is one of the greatest, most unique and crazy games ever made. And I loved the combat system. Like, just absolutely flat out amazing. Whereas Deltarune, it still has a lot of the humor and a lot of the character stuff, and the music is fantastic. But I feel like they took out, I don't know, they made it a much more normal combat system than the original's just absolutely whack job crazy combat system. And so I don't know, it was a lot less fun to play for me, and I didn't personally connect with a lot of the characters. Some of the jokes are pretty funny, but none of the characters were as iconic as the original. So like, Deltarune has its place, but I think Undertale is just far superior in my opinion. Do I ever make shorts in advance in case you were unable to make one in time? It depends on the circumstance. There are times, like, I've been on vacation a few times, or just gone on trips and stuff while I've done this channel, probably 3 or 4 times, sometimes even for like a week or 10 days, and I will make shorts in advance so that there are shorts while I'm gone. But the problem is, if I have a bank of shorts just saved up, I know I'm going to use those. Unless they're for a specific time and date where I'm on vacation or something, I know I'm going to end up using those at some point, you know? Like, it'll get late, and I don't have, like, a killer idea, and so I'm just like, oh, man, I could use one from the vault right now, man. And then it happens again, and then it happens again, and then I have no vault. So right now, I currently have no shorts in the vault. I'm not going on a vacation or trip anytime soon. And so, yeah, all of the shorts I'm doing right now, I make them pretty much the day before they come out. And usually, I'm making it right now. Usually, I make it around the time I'm currently streaming. But tomorrow's short is already done, so I'm able to do a stream today, so that's kind of fun. Let me see. Did I watch the F1 movie? I have not seen the F1 movie yet. I want to. That's one movie a lot of people have just said, this is a solidly good film. And right now, honestly, a solidly good film is all it would take to be number 1 on my list. I was not the biggest Top Gun Maverick fan. It was a good movie. It was good. But people kept building it up as like a 10 out of 10, the best movie in years. And I watched it and was like, yeah, good movie. But not that, you know? But good film. I think F1 is basically that with cars. And so, yeah, probably good. I've heard it's Brad Pitt. He's in it, I think. I've heard it's one of his best movies. I don't know. I definitely want to see that one. I've heard a lot of really positive things about it. Let me see. Am I excited for Fantastic Four? No, I'm going to be skipping that one. It does not interest me. I don't really like the casting. I'd love to be wrong, though. If I hear the reviews are really, really good, I'll probably end up going. Because I want Marvel to succeed. This does not look like it will be that. But we'll see. We'll see. Have I seen F1? I think I just answered that. I have not. Thoughts on the Jurassic World Netflix shows? I've not seen those. I've got a friend that watches all the Jurassic stuff, and he said the show is pretty good, but I've not seen that one yet. Yo, hello, Bacon Guy in chat. Hello, hello. Do I think the new Superman movie could reach, or reaction 1 billion? I assume you meant reach. I don't know. It had a good opening weekend. I think Superman it'll make over 600 million. Will it hit 1 billion though? I think it'll depend on how good its legs are. It has pretty good word of mouth. Like, most of the people that have seen this movie say it's a pretty darn good movie. You need to go see it. People want a good superhero movie and a good Superman movie to crowd around. It has that symbol of hope feeling that Superman has been missing for a while. And I know a lot of the people that have been Superman fans, they just love how the movie does it. So I think it's got a shot at 1 billion, but I would say it is kind of an outside shot. It's really going to depend on how well it continues to do. It doesn't look like it's falling off or anything, but I think, I don't know, how well it'll do over the next few months or so, and how well it does in international markets. I think it's going to do really well in America, but I don't know how well it's going to do elsewhere. Oh, dude, we got a super chat. Smiley face from Elite_Puppy. $10. Dude, thank you so much, Elite. Like, put a smile on my face for sure. Okay, let me see. Thoughts on Thunderbolts? I put a review out on it. I'm one of the few highly negative people about that movie. I feel like such a killjoy sometimes, man. Listen, I don't want to be a killjoy. I don't want to be the guy in the back that's just like, oh my gosh, everything's lame today, everything's horrible. I feel like a lot of my stuff recently has been negative, but also at the same time, movie theater tickets are only getting more expensive. I don't want to come out and say this movie's worth seeing, this is a good movie, if it's not, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like I have an obligation to tell you guys exactly what I think. And if I see a movie and I don't like it, even if you don't agree with the fact that I don't like a movie, even if you kind of disagree on that, I don't know, I still don't want to say, this is a great movie, a lot of other people like it, if I personally don't, you know? So, I don't know. I may not say what you want, but I will always tell you what I think. And so, I apologize if it's not what you want, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat things or try to, like, make something up. Because I know, dude, the popular thing would have been to support Thunderbolts. People want a Marvel movie to absolutely crowd around and love, because there's so many Marvel fans waiting in the wings for something to love. Dude, superhero fans are starved right now. Superman's good though. Like, a lot of people are eating well with that one. And so I think with Thunderbolts, again, I saw a lot of plot problems with that and character problems. I think, this is gonna sound harsh, people flocked to Thunderbolts because it was the first mid-movie Marvel's made in a while. It was the first not horrible film we've gotten in a while. Because Captain America was awful. Whatever we got last year, Deadpool and Wolverine is kind of its own thing. It's kind of outside the MCU, but also kind of MCU. So I guess you could kind of count that one. But this was the first, like, mainline MCU story film that was not downright terrible. And I think because of that, because there was a lot in it that people found and they absolutely loved, I think a lot of people flocked to it and were just like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest movie ever. The MCU's back. When it's just like, no, man. It's not that great. But that's just me. That's me. I need to stop hating on Thunderbolts or saying negative things about it. People love that one. I need to be more positive than that. But, oh well. Hey, Bacon, you're my favorite YouTuber. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please watch Epic the Musical, Tangled the Series, and the Zelda cartoon from... I didn't see the year. We'll see. Probably not. I'm gonna be real. I only have so much time, and so I try to spend that time doing things that I know are gonna make the best videos, or things that I'm just really interested in doing. Like, I spent 4 or 5 hours recently watching the entire, Frozen 2 documentary on how they made that movie. Oh, we're not doing farewell. We are not doing this level. And I don't know, I thought it was a really well-made documentary. And I knew that was a large time sink for what would probably just be a short that wouldn't do super well. But I was really interested in how they made that film. That is the only Disney film we've gotten in the last 10 years with a documentary that just goes over all of that. Elite Puppy again with another smiley. Hey, thank you so much, Elite Puppy. Are you trying to get XP or something? I don't understand how the XP system works. You're number 1 though. 1,000 XP. Hey, good job, Elite Puppy. I don't get how the XP system works, man. Maybe it's for like how long you've been watching, or keep showing support to make it to the top 50. I don't know, but either way, Elite Puppy is #1 on whatever these leaderboards are. So good job, and thank you so much, man. Okay, have I watched any of the video game cartoons? Super Mario Bros, Super Show, Sonic Underground. Okay, as a kid, I think I did watch some of the Mario show. I don't remember it super well, but I do remember the theme song, and I remember thinking that, like, Mario and Luigi looked weird. I don't know if that's fair, but, like, they looked weird in that cartoon. So I remember none of the plot or if I liked it or not. I just remember the art style was odd. Okay. How much do I think the new Sunrise and the Reaping will make when it comes out? That's a good question. Let me look up how much the last one did. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Wow, it made 348 million worldwide. Okay, I would say, I've not read the book yet. I want to read the book and see how good it is, because I really like the universe of the Hunger Games. And so I think it could make anywhere between like 350 to 500. Could be higher. Oh, we got another one. Elite Puppy. I believe you get 2 XP on the scent. That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Well, again, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. But I think it'll probably make between, I'll go a little lower, between 250 and 400 million. Again, though, it depends on the marketing, it depends on the casting, it depends on how good the story itself is. I didn't think that Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes was a great story, but, like, I don't know, people wanted another Hunger Games movie to like, and we got another one, so what do you know? I think there's a lot more to tell with the Haymitch story, though, so I need to read the book. Ellie the Puppy, you the goat? Seriously, man, oh my gosh, 3 super chats in one night, you are the goat. You're my favorite YouTuber, and can you review the Cuphead game and Cuphead show and then compare them? First off, thank you. That's really, really nice. Second off, I tried Cuphead, and that game is just too hard for me. Like, it is too much. I will play Celeste. Not right now, apparently. I'm just sitting here yapping. But I will play Celeste and absolutely love it. Cuphead... Oh, the art style is fantastic, and the music is awesome, too. Like, Cuphead as a style, as a vibe, is fantastic. As a playing experience, it's great for other people. I cannot do it. I can't do it. Haven't watched the show. Also, looks like it's got a great art style and stuff, but just not super high on my list of things I need to watch. One thing that I have gotten into recently, I'm currently playing through Hollow Knight, and actually really, really enjoying it. That's a pretty darn good game, man. Elite Puppy again. Okay, $2. Thank you so much, man. What is my favorite Marvel movie? Okay, let me find a level to play, and then I will answer that question. What do I even need to do next? Probably get hearts and strawberries. We can do that. Okay, so my favorite Marvel movie. That's a tough one. There are so many films that are just perfectly well made, you know? I think that Captain America Winter Soldier, that film is phenomenal. The original Iron Man. I watched that the other day. That one absolutely holds up. Doctor Strange is one of my personal favorites. I'll admit, it's, as far as its quality goes, there's a lot of Marvel films that are better than Doctor Strange, but that's pretty high in my enjoyment list. Like, that's just a fun, good, solid movie. Ant-Man, that one's good. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is extremely solid. But at the end of the day, I think my favorite one is Infinity War, just because of the sheer amount of stuff that's in that movie, the sheer amount of characters. All the character work they do with Thanos is fantastic, and it ends on just such a good cliffhanger to where you're just like, I have to watch this next movie. I think that film is MCU Phase 3, or just the MCU at its finest. It was everything people love about the movies. Just, oh my gosh, such a good film. I don't know, it's actually... Playing and getting strawberries is not easy. How do you get the seasides again, though? I don't remember. You know what? We might as well just start this one. Might just start this one. Okay, we got another one from Elite Puppy, and this is a rough question. You liked Infinity War more than Endgame. Yes, I did. By a lot. Oh, Grandma's dead. Yeah, listen. Infinity War is just such a good build-up movie, and it handles so many characters well. I don't know. It's everything about the MCU done perfectly. Then you got Endgame, which, at the time, I hated. Looking back on it, that movie did a good amount right, you know? It did a lot right. But ending the MCU on a time travel story, I think, was kind of a weak direction to go. A lot of the directions they take the characters were risky, and I don't think all of them paid off. I liked what they did with Iron Man. He's got a good arc in that movie. Captain America's great. Hulk was ruined. Like, I think he was kind of messed up a little bit in Infinity War, but they absolutely butchered him in Endgame. Oh my gosh, we got another one. We got another one. Say the trademark thing you say at the end of every video for us. Say that thing. Say it. Well, you paid $5. Those are just my thoughts. Tell me yours in the comments. Dude, thank you guys so much for these super chats. You guys are way better than I deserve. Okay, but Infinity War versus Endgame. I don't know. I think Endgame was also a movie I didn't get to see in theaters. I didn't get to see Infinity War in theaters either, but I think the theater experience is what sold so many people on that movie, because it has a lot of plot problems, and I don't know. I don't think it's the best written film. I made a few videos. One video I made near the beginning of my channel, actually, where I talk about how Endgame is just not that good of a movie. I don't know. Since we've gotten so much worse stuff in the years since, I think it's not that bad compared to a lot of what came later. Because, like, Endgame is a much better movie than, like, The Marvels or Doctor Strange 2. Oh, I hated Doctor Strange 2. But, I don't know. It was not the ending I was hoping for. Because, like, killing Thanos off at the beginning of the movie, fantastic scene. Just, my jaw was on the floor. But then, like, the villain of the film ends up being an alternate version of Thanos that we have no history with. Like, this is not the Thanos from Infinity War. This is just a completely different Thanos brought out of nowhere just so we can have a villain to fight. And so that was kind of lame. All the stuff with the big three, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. All of their stuff is awesome. Fat Thor, some people don't really like it. I think it kind of worked for that movie. But, oh my gosh, the ending battles with those three versus Thanos, amazing. A lot of the other stuff in the ending battle, not great. Like, the battle itself is not near as interesting as the Infinity War battle. I don't know. It is not a film that clicked with me as well as it clicked with a lot of other people. Infinity War will always be my favorite. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, I saw that one. So, thoughts on the Zelda casting. There's really not too much to say there, except I think it is fascinating. We're getting an actual Zelda movie. Like an actual Legend of Zelda, Link Zelda film. And it's not going to be one of these meme movies. Kind of like the Mario movie was not a meme movie, but like they went with some weird casting choices that I think worked. But like, I don't know. Nobody would say Chris Pratt deserves to be Mario until they realized, oh my gosh, Chris Pratt is going to be Mario. Like that was not on anyone's minds, I don't think. So it's really cool that they didn't go with A-listers. They went with two people I've never heard of, and that gives me, I don't know. That gives me a lot of faith in this movie. I think it could be good. It could be good. Oh, okay, we got another one. Creator Chaos, $2. Thoughts on Persona? I've not played Persona. It's got a really, really cool style, though, and I never thought they were going to add a Persona character to Smash, but now that they have, absolutely fantastic. Like, I love that guy. His stage is awesome. Joker, I think his name is. I don't know much about Persona, but it is a series that I do respect, you know? It's got its place, and it does its thing well. Oh my gosh, we got another one. Why do you hate Strange 2? I thought it was fine. Oh, man. Okay, so this goes back to where I started noticing, okay, the MCU is not what it was. And there were a few points where you could kind of see the cracks were starting to show. In retrospect, I think, which came out first, Captain Marvel or Ant-Man and the Wasp? One of those movies, whichever one came out first, I think was kind of the point where, oh wait, I see what I need to be doing. Whichever one of those came out first was kind of the point where the MCU started falling off just a bit. And then Endgame, again, not that bad of a movie, but just not near as good as Infinity War, had kind of a lot of plot problems. And so, in retrospect, that's about where the MCU started falling off. But I didn't really notice anything was different until Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was the first project I watched where I was just like, okay, we got some plot problems here. We got this, I don't know, it's more political now. The characters aren't as good. I didn't think that show was very funny. Just not a great show, but like, you can get past that because it's a streaming show. Like, the movies are still great. And then we got Eternals, which I did not watch Eternals. I heard it was not very good, but it's just like, okay, you know what? That is kind of a side project. That's kind of its own thing. They're not connected to anything else. Maybe that's not going to really matter much in the future. It's all good. We've gotten some bad stuff, but like, it's all good at the end of the day, right? They've not ruined any of the good characters. And then came Doctor Strange 2. As I just mentioned a minute ago, Doctor Strange is one of my favorite MCU movies. It's fantastic, man. I love it. I love how it looks. I love Benedict Cumberbatch's performance. Like, he absolutely sells. I don't know, he does such a good job as that character. And so I was so excited for the second one, because it was going to be a horror film. It was going to involve Wanda, who I liked. I liked WandaVision, and so I was excited to see more of her character, see where that storyline was going to go. And this was also one of the first Marvel films that I got to see in theaters, because I didn't get to see a lot of them in theaters. Shang-Chi was my first. I think Doctor Strange 2 would have been my third, because I also saw Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man 3. But I'm watching Doctor Strange 2, and it's just not good. Like, the new character they added, America Chavez, she was not a good character. She was not interesting. Her powers were not that cool. I don't know, she wasn't great. Doctor Strange, his arc in the movie was just about how, like, he made such a hard choice and the blip happened because of him. But, like, he looked at all the different timelines to see that there was only one timeline left, you know? And so, yeah, he made a rough choice that ended up making half of the people on Earth lost 5 years. And so that's a hard thing to live with. But also, like, he did it because there was literally no other choice. That was the only way. They made that clear. And so, I don't know. I don't remember that film super well. I've only seen it once. But I remember thinking that was dumb. And then the movie just goes a lot of weird places. Like, by the time it got to the point where he was doing the music battle with the alternate version of himself, I was just like, what is this? This isn't great. And then, the Illuminati. Some of the lines in that movie, like, the Illuma-whatty? Oh, gosh, that was so badly written. But the Illuminati are just presented as, like, this all-powerful team of just super warriors. And you've got Professor X. They brought him in for that. You've got John Krasinski there. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is one of the coolest things ever. This is so cool. And Wanda kills all of them in, like, 2 seconds? Really? They're supposed to be this unstoppable team that could kill Thanos, and Wanda just nopes them out of existence in like 2 seconds. It's just like, what? They had no character arc. They were just there. They existed simply to be meat bags for her to destroy. And I don't know, it was... When the film was over, I was just like, really? That was Doctor Strange 2? That's what we got. Wow, that's so disappointing. And then we got Thor 4, and then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and by then it was just like, okay, yeah, the old MCU is kind of gone. That's disappointing. But that's my personal experience with Doctor Strange 2. Loved the original, was so excited for the second, very let down. It's probably not as bad a film as I remember, just because I was so disappointed in the theaters, and we've gotten worse stuff since, probably. But not a fan. Not a fan. Alright, what else we got? Alright, guys, just listen to him for a bit. Everyone's just going to be spamming what they're saying. That's, at the end of the day, that's just going to happen. I have it on a 20-second limit where, like, there have to be pauses here and there, so... Oh, well. That's just how people are going to do. Do I like the Atom Project? Yeah, actually. Adam Project is one of those movies that I think I saw it a while ago. I remember really liking that one. Oh, crud. I like the politics in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okay, that works. Again, some of these shows and stuff, I think, even if I personally wasn't the biggest fan of them, a lot of people were. And so if you like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, good for you. I thought it had some good stuff. I did really like I mentioned earlier, I thought, I always call him Bad Cap, but his name is, Sam Walker? I don't know. Walker. He was a cool character. But, I don't know. I did not personally like it. Yeah. Not a fan of that show. But, again, those are just my thoughts. That's why I always get you guys to tell me your thoughts in the comments, because you guys usually see things that I don't see, or will have different opinions from me, or, I don't know. It's always good to see the comments. Thoughts on, I saw something, Knives Out or Night Agent? I don't know what Night Agent is, but Knives Out is a fantastically written movie. Like, there's been only probably about 5 or 6 movies within the... That was 2019, though, wasn't it? So within the last little bit, the last few years, that are just phenomenally written, Knives Out is one of them. The second one, Glass Onion, not as good, but still not that bad of a film, you know? Pretty good. Yeah, Knives Out was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm interested in Wake Up Dead Man. Like, I think that's the next Knives Out movie. It comes out sometime this year. Hopefully it's good. Again, Glass Onion was a definite step down. It had some plot problems, but was still, like, a decent movie. The problem with those films is you think they're a mystery, but they're not a mystery. Like, the film tells you you're not supposed to figure out who the killer is or something. It's just a story. And for a good part of it, you don't know everything, and then it shows you, and then the film kind of becomes about protecting the person the mystery was about, you know? You now know the mystery, but the other characters don't. And so the detective has to protect that person. That's kind of what happened with the girl in the first one and the girl in the second one. And so if you go in with the mindset of, oh my gosh, this is a mystery, I have to figure this out, you're going to be disappointed. It's not a well-told mystery, but it is a really, really well-told story. And that's why I really loved the first one and enjoyed the second one. I don't remember it super well, but I did enjoy it. Jurassic World Rebirth thoughts? I have not seen it, sorry. Amazing Digital Circus Episode 5. I'm the guy that asked about your opinions. Oh, you did! I remember that. Okay, give me a second. I gotta drink real quick. Digital Circus Episode 5. So that's another thing I don't talk about often, just because I think indie animation, it's not my wheelhouse. I could technically open the door and start talking about it a bit more, but I don't know. Not... That's... I don't know if that's a can I want to open as far as videos go, but when it comes to indie animation, I do watch Digital Circus, and I did watch Episode 5. I still think Episode 4 is my favorite, and Episode 5, I feel like I had a problem or two with it. Oh yeah, one of my least favorite parts in the series is the recurring cursing joke, where like a character will curse out, and the universe just like bleeps it out because it's not allowed in the game or whatever. But they'll still curse a lot, and it'll be bleeped out, and you're like, oh, they're cursing. I really don't like that joke, and it was in Episode 5 a lot. But the show itself, I think, is fascinating. I love when shows just take a break and focus on characters, and just focus on character development. If you can stop having action for a minute and focus on just, like, something mundane, and it still works, you've got a good show. And Digital Circus Episode 5... was really just like take a step back. You had all the characters just like talking about their past or getting to know each other better, and it really kind of set the characters on a different path than we've seen, which is really, really cool. Because since the beginning, if you haven't seen Digital Circus, none of this is going to make sense, but Ragatha has been trying to get Pomni as her friend, and now Ragatha and Jax are two characters that absolutely hate each other, and you can kind of see throughout the episode that Pomni is she's gravitating more towards Jax, because yes, Jax and Ragatha both have fake exteriors. They project something that isn't really them, but Jax can be a lot more real, whereas Ragatha is always fake happy. And so I think a lot of the fan theories right now are that Ragatha is going to be the next one to, whatever the word is, where they turn into the big blob or whatever. Decompose. It's not that, but like something like that. I think that's entirely possible. I think we get, 10 episodes or so? Before the show ends, we're going to have probably another new character enter, kind of like Pomni did, and at least one of these characters is going to disappear or whatever. I thought it was going to be Kinger, but I do think it's going to be Ragatha now. They really are kind of leaning towards that being her arc. So I think the episode itself wasn't as entertaining as some past, but I think as far as character work goes, it was a very well-made episode, and I love when shows step back and do that. So that was cool to see. Dude, Elite Puppy, you're crazy. How much money do you have, man? Either way, thank you so much. Thanks again. Nobody else is going to take the #1 spot for a good long while. Do I watch the daily Ryan Trahan videos? Give me just a second. Sorry, when I'm yapping like this, need to drink a lot of liquid. No, I didn't know he was doing daily videos right now. I've watched a lot of his longer videos, and yeah, he's a pretty inoffensive, pretty okay creator. I like his stuff, but I've not watched any of his daily stuff. Is he doing like another big long challenge or something? Because one of my favorite, there's 1 or 2 things on the platform that are just like really, really cool YouTube concepts done perfectly. And I think his original Penny series is one of those. Like, just, I don't know, really interesting concept, pulled off really well. He's got the personality to pull it off. So is he doing another thing like that? I don't know. That's interesting. 50 states, 50 days. Oh! Fascinating. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's interesting. I didn't know that. What did I think of banana milk? I've not had that. I may have known that was a thing. Oh, that's horrifying. Hunger Games casting. I didn't recognize too many of them. YouTube Premium gives me free money. Oh! Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. Well, dude, thank you for spending your free money on my channel. All right. I was just answering a different comment. What was it? Hunger Games casting. I haven't seen it, but I don't know. I'll need to check and see if there were any like big name actors in that. Most of the time, I don't talk about casting unless it's for something massive, like the Harry Potter show, because it's Harry Potter, is gonna be massive. Either a massive controversy or a massive, like, success. And so I did mention that in a short mentioning a lot of other things, but like the Zelda casting, there's really not much to say other than, hey, it's a lot of smaller people. That's kind of cool. Whereas things like the Mario casting, it's like, that's crazy. They got Chris Pratt for Mario. So I don't know, unless they cast like Danny DeVito and The Rock in the Hunger Games, I probably won't talk about it just because there's not too much to say, you know? Wow. Dude, this level is crazy. Thoughts on the Lord of the Rings movies? The best trilogy ever made. Spider-Verse could, I don't think it'll ever take away from Lord of the Rings, the best trilogy ever made title, but could be the best original trilogy ever made, as long as they nail the landing. But right now, the Lord of the Rings movies are absolutely perfect. Like, some of the best ever, man. Oh my gosh. What are my thoughts on the Lego Movie 2? Not the best. It had some good stuff in it. Like, I thought the Apocalypseburgs thing was cool. Oh, we got another one. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? I will answer you in just a second. Thank you, Elite Puppy. And then Batman is always funny. Lego Batman is just amazing. But it was not as clever as the original Lego Movie. They got different writers. You can kind of tell. They use the Everything is Awesome song way too much. It was still a decent film, but I don't think it was the best Lego Movie sequel we could have gotten, you know? I'll need to do a short on that at some point, but favorite Spider-Man. See, when people ask that question, they're asking of the main three. You know, they're asking, do you like Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, or, Dude, it's been a long day. I got up early to go watch Smurfs. Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. Yeah. Almost lost my nerd card there for a second. Which one of those is your favorite? And I think, honestly, each one was perfect for the time they came out, you know? Each one absolutely just did such a great job with Spider-Man for their time. of all of them, I think I really, really liked Andrew Garfield in No Way Home. I think he was the best. I think Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man, though. How did I say this? I think I said it on another stream where Tom Holland is the one that is the youngest, you know? And he plays that part of Spider-Man really, really well. Tobey Maguire is kind of goofy and weird, and he kind of plays off the awkwardness of Spider-Man really, really well. And then Andrew Garfield, I think he's kind of too much of a handsome jock-ish looking guy to be playing Spider-Man, but his personality is just fantastic. But my answer is always Miles Morales, okay? Miles Morales is not one of those three, but he is fantastic. I never cared about Miles Morales. They got me to care so much about a random, just like, side Spider-Man, because the Spider-Verse movies are the best, you know? Just absolute masterpieces of movies. So, yeah. I think all three of the original Spider-Man or the Peter Parkers are great, but there is something about Miles Morales, man. He is my personal favorite. He just feels the most relatable, you know? The most chill, relatable, cool dude. He seems like the one that would just be the best to hang out with, you know? Okay, I probably don't need to jump there. Okay, Descendants 5 rumors. I saw Descendants 1. Haven't seen any of the others. Like, I will watch all the Zombies movies. I'm in too deep at this point to not. But I've only seen one Descendants movie, so I didn't see The Rise of Red. I'm not as big a Descendants diehard as I am other things, so if they make a Descendants 5, I'm probably not going to watch it, just like I didn't watch 1, 2, 3, 4, any of those. Could I make a video about my thoughts on Murder Drones in the Gaslight District? I've not seen Murder Drones. I tried it, I didn't get into it. And that's the thing with a lot of indie animated shows. Like, people are just like, you need to talk about indie animation more. A lot of them I try, and it's just like, it's not my thing. Gaslight District, for me, was just like, it was too confusing. There was too much going on. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. That's what I meant to do. Crud. Gaslight District, the art style, the plot, it's one of those shows that, like, it wants to do a million things, and I thought it was trying to accomplish too much. And there was more cursing in that show than I liked. So I kind of skipped out on that one. It was not for me. But the art was pretty fantastically done, and I loved the Breadhead guy. Like, he was pretty cool. I've not played Split Fiction. That's a game, right? I mean, obviously, played Split Fiction, yeah. I think I've seen other people play that one. Whenever people say Split Fiction, for some reason, the one game I think of is Unraveled 2, which I don't know why. Maybe because they're, like, connected by a piece of yarn, and so my mind goes to Split. I don't know why. I need to look into Split Fiction, so sorry about that. But I was just talking about Gaslight District and Murder Drones. Both of them were things that I tried and I just was not really that into. The Amazing Digital Circus is the only one that I've watched and been intrigued enough to continue watching. And so, I don't know. I'm kind of boring when it comes to indie animation takes, you know? Because I'll try a lot of things, but if it's not really my thing, I'm probably not going to continue, you know? No real point in watching something if you're not enjoying it, you know? Unless it's something I think I could make a really good video on, but even then, like, if I'm not enjoying Amazing Digital Circus, or no, what am I even saying? If I'm not enjoying a show, even if I want to make a video on it, like that's a huge time commitment, that's a huge time sink. I try to pick and watch things that I know I'm either gonna really like or I can make a really, really good video on. And those are series that, like, I don't like just because, I don't know, it's not a show that really clicked with me, but it did click for a lot of people. And so to talk about it, I would be saying, like, it's not really my thing, or I had a problem here, and a majority of the fan base would just be like, what? But it's the best. And so it's just like, I don't know, there's no point in getting involved with something or watching something, even if I could make a great video on it, if, like, I don't know, if it's just not for me. Whereas with other things, like Marvel, that's a lot more mainstream. And I think, I don't know, a lot of people are into Marvel, and so, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say at the end of the day. Indie animation is a giant can of worms that I've not really opened, and that's kind of by choice. But I do love Digital Circus. That's a pretty good one. Bacon Guy. Personal opinion. What films releasing in the next 5 years do I believe will break the box office record? If by that you mean which movies coming out soon are going to have a chance at being number one, I'll be real. I don't see any movies on the horizon that will take away from what? It's either Endgame right now or it's Avatar. It goes back and forth depending on like which one's been re-released. I think it's Avatar though. I think the next thing that will break that will be a random thing, like the Chinese animated movie, Ne Zha 2 that we got. It'll be something like that we're not thinking of, or an original property. Like at the time, Avatar was original. When it comes to all these licenses, they are being squeezed and squeezed and squeezed for money to the point. Favorite director? I'll get to that in a second, thanks. They're being squeezed to the point where like, I don't know, you can only make so many movies before they stop making money. Like this new Jurassic Park movie, it's making a lot of money. Will it make $1 billion? I don't think so, and it'll be the first Jurassic World movie to not hit $1 billion. I think that's called, diminishing returns. And so, of all the movies coming out that I think will make $1 billion, I mean, there's ones like Zootopia 2, Incredibles 3 has a shot. I don't think the Avengers movies are going to make $1 billion, depending. If Fantastic Four is amazing, and the Spider-Man movie next year are amazing, then yeah, they've got a shot. But I don't think there's enough hype to push an Avengers movie to $1 billion right this second. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think Star Wars has enough juice left in the tank for a $1 billion movie. There's the other one. Oh, the Nolan movie. That one. The Odyssey. That has a chance. It won't break the box office record, like you said, but it will make $1 billion, almost guaranteed. Okay, we got another super chat. Thoughts on prequels, please do WTPBAH sequel short. Okay, give me a second to figure out what this is. What is Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey? I'm assuming you mean something else, but maybe not. Maybe not. When it comes to Pooh Blood and Honey, I really have I've not seen that one. I did make a short about something like that, but when it comes to prequels, I have talked about prequels before, but I think prequels can be well done. Rogue One was fantastic. The Star Wars prequels, I didn't enjoy those movies, but it set such a groundwork for the Clone Wars show that was amazing. And then Monsters University, fantastic movie. But the other question was favorite director. Ooh. There's a few different directors that I've been keeping my eye on recently, where it's just like they produce pretty good stuff. These are bloodier movies, but there's a person that did this movie called Hardcore Henry. Not a movie I would suggest to children, but I watched that one partially filtered, and it was just one of the most engaging and crazy action movies I've ever seen. And so they also made Nobody, which not a good plot film, but a fun movie, you know, like just a fun John Wick style movie. And they just released a movie recently on streaming, I think, with John Cena. I need to watch that one. So I like that director. I don't remember his name. The dude who did Bullet Train and The Fall Guy, his movies, I don't remember his name either. His movies have a distinctive style to them that is really, really different. And right now, most Hollywood movies, they feel the same. And so I liked Bullet Train a lot more than The Fall Guy, but I do really like when people just feel different. And so any movie he makes, I'm probably going to try. A lot of the bigger ones, I think, are kind of past their prime. Like Christopher Nolan, I think most of his earlier stuff was better than his newer stuff. The last movie he made that I really clicked with was Inception. Like, that is a fantastic movie. And a lot of his others have elements that I really, really like. I really like parts of Interstellar, but I need to rewatch Interstellar. I don't think I was in the right frame of mind when watching that movie. There was a lot going on. Tenet was garbage though. Like, that was not a good movie. Dunkirk was okay. It was fine. Not one of my favorite Nolan movies. And then I did not see Oppenheimer. Probably need to try that one at some point, but I don't know. We'll see. The other guy, Shyamalan. He fell off after making some of the best movies ever. He absolutely fell off. But then he made Trap, which, I don't know. I thought Trap was pretty fun. Not the best movie ever, but pretty fun. Nolan peaked at Inception. Ah, thank you, thank you. Let me see. Do I think Avatar 3 will make more money than 1 and 2? Listen, I genuinely have no idea what the heck is going on with Avatar right now. Oh, yeah, I forgot you can bounce on walls like that. We got trailers for Cat in the Hat and a Ryan Gosling movie and Hoppers that all release next year. Avatar releases this year. We don't have a trailer yet. I think they're waiting for like D23 or maybe for the Fantastic Four to launch. So like we're probably gonna get a trailer soon. Dude, I really can't predict much to go on with that movie until we get some kind of marketing and then we see what the feeling around the marketing is. And so I think that movie will make $1 billion because it's Avatar. Why did they make $1 billion? Who knows? But it's Avatar. It always does. And so, yeah, I think... Will it make more than 1 or 2? I think it's going to be the rule of diminishing returns, to where Avatar 1 made tons because it was Avatar. Avatar 2 made tons because it had been ages since we'd seen Avatar. It's been 3 years since Avatar 2? I don't even remember. But it's been a little while since Avatar 2, and so I think having a new Avatar is not as fresh as it was when Avatar 2 came out. And so I don't think it will do as well as 1 or 2, but we'll see. Again, this is a movie I really can't predict till I see something about it, you know? Other than the last 2 made $1 billion, this one probably will as well. So, we'll see. Sorry, all the yapping gets to my voice at some point. Okay, what we got? Favorite Star Wars movie or show? Rogue One, probably. That one's so good. I have not seen Tangled the series. What do I think will happen in Zombies 5? Oh, I think it'll mostly be about the new couple. Zed and Allison will exist, but not really be too front and center. None of the actors that... Because, like, it's got a pretty big cast, but it's not... Like, what am I trying to say? Maybe I've been up too long today. I feel like I go on long rants that go nowhere. The first few movies had a really, really big cast, and then the fourth movie, they cut it down to like 4 of the characters. And so I think any of the characters that were kind of cut and didn't appear, they also won't appear in this next one. Sorry, Bucky fans. I love Bucky too. I don't know. I think it will continue the downward trend of zombies movies, only getting worse. Alright, Elite Puppy. Why do you glaze dragons so much? H. I'm assuming you mean How to Train Your Dragon. And I glaze it because How to Train Your Dragon is one of the greatest movies ever made. Like, what did you think I was gonna say? How to Train Your Dragon is a fantastically written film. Like, just from every facet of the movie is just brilliantly written. The characters are great. The visuals are a little bit dated. I'll give it that. The designs are awesome. I think I already said the music was great. Characters are fantastic. It is just one of the best written stories DreamWorks has ever made. And so for me, I think it takes number 1. It's either that or Puss in Boots 2. But, oh my gosh. Yeah, one of the greatest movies ever made. I glaze it because it's fantastic. Hopefully that answers your question. Do you like Steven Universe? I have not seen it. Thoughts on 101 Dalmatians? It's been a while since I saw that one, but I did watch Cruella recently and absolutely love that movie. More than I thought I would. How to Train Your Dragon is a masterpiece. Hate will not be tolerated. Thank you. You are allowed to exist. Bacon Guy, I'm asking for my little brother. Ooh, have I seen the Star Wars Rebels series? If so, could you talk a bit about it? But he wants to know your favorite character and episode. Ooh. Okay. Good question. I don't think I've talked about this on stream before. Star Wars Rebels is not as good as the Clone Wars, but it's still a pretty darn good show. You know, it is still a pretty great show. And saying it's not as good as the Clone Wars, it's like saying, yeah, well, sure, it's a good, this movie's a good movie, but it's not as good as The Dark Knight. Yeah, well, The Dark Knight's one of the best things ever made, so it's fine if it's not as good as that, as long as it's still good. And I think it was, you know, I see what I'm supposed to do. I think Rebels was pretty darn good. I watched season 1, season 2, I tried season 3 and couldn't really get into it, which is why I say it's good and not great. But I don't know, it had a good cast. I thought it did a good job bringing back a lot of the characters, like Ahsoka and Rex came back, I think. Pretty much a lot of the Clone Wars characters. As far as the main cast, I liked most of them. I didn't like the pilot girl very much, but I loved the Jedi guy. I loved the main character. The grumpy alien dude, he was pretty great. Sorry I don't remember any of their names. The droid is funny. Sabine, why is she the only... Sabine, Ezra, I remember some of their names now. I liked all the characters. It was a fun show. It was pretty well made, but you asked for my favorite episode. Listen, Star Wars Rebels is a good but not great show until the final 2 episodes of Season 2, which are some of the greatest Star Wars content ever made. You got Darth Maul, you got this freaky Sith temple thing. Oh my gosh, those are, again, some of the greatest episodes in Star Wars history. And one of my problems with Rebels compared to the Clone Wars is an adult show disguising itself as a kid's show. Like, it goes over some crazy topics and is just super dark. Rebels was definitely more made for kids, you know, like, a lot of you don't have as much death, isn't as much stakes. Still a lot more than we get nowadays. Like, a lot of characters do end up dying, but it's not Clone Wars level, you know? Until the episode I just talked about, which, oh my gosh, it goes there. Like, it kills off a lot of the different villains. It does all kinds of crazy things. It's great, man. Those episodes are fantastic. Is it not just a cartoon about a kid riding a dragon? Okay, we're still on the How to Train Your Dragon thing then, huh? Again, thanks for the super chat. If I don't say thanks for the super chat, I apologize. There's been way more tonight than I think I've ever had in any other stream, so thanks, seriously. This is fantastic. You guys are fantastic. But especially Elite Puppy. Again, I know it's free money for you, but still, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. The way you phrase that makes me wonder if you've seen the movie, because technically, yes, it is just a cartoon about a kid riding a dragon. Technically. Just like The Dark Knight is technically just about a billionaire who dresses up in a bat suit. Yeah, technically, I think you can phrase just about any masterpiece movie with kind of language like that. Like, technically, it's just this, right? I mean, at the end of the day, sure, but also, it's one of the best written movies ever made. Oh my gosh, it's so good, man. Just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Can I get up there yet? I think I can. I cannot. I was incorrect. Oh, wait, no, I can get up from this side, I think. I remember. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic movie. I will continue, as you say, glazing that movie, just because I don't know, is it glazing if it's what you really think, you know? I have seen it as a kid and I like the second one more. Okay, you know what, the second movie is still a pretty good movie. That was the first video I ever made a long form video on because I have so many thoughts when it comes to that movie. The second movie gets so much right, man. It is fantastic when it comes to so many different things, but it also had a lot more problems to it, you know? And I go over that in a long form if you want to. I'm not going to go over all my thoughts right here, but I will say, one of the best scenes in all of How to Train Your Dragon, the entire series, is where Stoic and Valka are dancing. Like, oh my gosh. It's so well done. It's so well made. I have a lot of problems with Valka as a character, but that's one of the best scenes in the entire series. It's fantastic. Alright, let's see. Am I ever going to review indie animation? I talked about that earlier. I won't review it on my channel, but like I do watch Digital Circus. I've tried the others and I'm not a huge fan of them, but Digital Circus is pretty good. Did you watch Steven Universe? Oh, dude, just watch Steven Universe. We'll see. With shows, I don't start it unless I know for a fact I'm going to finish it, just because, again, I only have so much time. And so the last show I watched to make videos on, other than like shows that were coming out like Win or Lose, was Gravity Falls, and totally worth my time. I think Avatar, The Last Airbender, is up on my list as a show I need to watch at some point, because my entire life people have told me to watch that. So we'll see. We'll see. Probably not going to watch Steven Universe anytime soon, but we'll see. You won't regret it, I promise. Best live action Disney remake, it's Cinderella. No shot at anything else. Has to be Cinderella. Let me see. You should definitely listen to Steven Universe's... I'm guessing that's songs. Okay. I have a flash flood. Wish me good luck. Hey, good luck, man. Sorry about that. That's... Dude. There's been a lot of, like... I don't know, disasters and stuff recently. So to any of the people that are, like, victims of any of that stuff... Dude, I'm so sorry. That is garbage, man. I live in an area where, thankfully, like, we've not had anything near that level recently, but every once in a while we have some kind of disaster around here. And my family has never been hit by anything like that, but I know a few people that have, and it is... Dude, it can absolutely wreck everything, so... Yeah. Favorite clone from the Clone Wars? Mine is Fives. This is a basic answer, but I absolutely love Captain Rex. Like, he is just as... He's perfect for Anakin, you know? Like, he's just as crazy, just as wild. Great guy. Great guy. I have not seen Miraculous. Are you going to see The Descendants and Zombies tour? No. Listen, I will spend like 2 hours watching a stupid movie on Disney Plus if I think I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm weird. I'm still probably not weird enough to go as an adult and watch the Disney zombies perform. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing that. Have I seen Psych? No, I've not. Have I seen Stranger Things? Yes, I have. That's pretty great. Let me see. Favorite band and music artist? I don't know about band. Skill is pretty good, but I don't think they'd be my favorite. As far as music artist, it's Owl City. Phenomenal guy. Just such good music. Should they make a sequel to Up? No. There's a few where, like, sure, technically you could make a Ratatouille 2. Technically you could make a WALL-E 2. Don't. But technically you could. Up, like, the main actor passed away. And, I don't know. That's not a movie that I think deserves a sequel. That would be horrible if they did. Worst Disney live-action movie. I think that's kind of hard. Because, like, Snow White was absolutely horrible. Mulan, I heard that one was really, really bad. I didn't watch it. It looked so stupid. I'm gonna say the safe answer of Snow White, but I think you can probably peg about half of them as the worst and probably be valid in that. Favorite indie games? I mean, right here, I'm playing Celeste. Fantastic game. Hollow Knight's pretty great. Shovel Knight, also fantastic, one of the best. Undertale, pretty great. Minecraft doesn't count as indie anymore, I don't think, but awesome game. Plants vs. Zombies. Oh, dude, that one was my childhood. Such a good game. Okay, have I seen MLP, My Little Pony? I have not. Favorite Gravity Falls character? A good easy answer is Grunkle Stan. You could say pretty much any of them, but Grunkle Stan is just... He doesn't stop, man. He's absolutely crazy. Alright, I think I'll probably only answer a few more questions and then get out of here, because I woke up pretty early to go see Smurfs today, because at the theater that we have nearby, you either get $5 Tuesday, or you get $5 if you go in the morning of a weekend. Like before 11 or something. And I could have waited until Tuesday to see Smurfs, but when it comes to movies that I think the video is probably going to do pretty well, and like films that my family's not really interested in seeing. We were interested in seeing Superman, but most people were not interested in seeing Smurfs. My brothers did join me though, which is pretty fun. But we had to get up early today and go watch Smurfs. We had a good time though. We had breakfast out, which we never do, so that was special. So it was a really good time, but I've been up a good while today. So thanks for that, Smurfs. Can I rank indie animations? I mean, Amazing Digital Circus is number 1. Everything else is below it. I don't know. It's the only one I've watched that like I enjoy watching. So I don't know. Just my thoughts. Hi, Bacon Man. Favorite VeggieTales song? Ooh. I have played the Lego Star Wars games. They're pretty fun. Favorite? I don't know, man. I don't know. My brother listens to a lot of those songs here and there. The Hairbrush one's pretty okay. Barber Manatee. I think that was the one I really, really liked as a kid. I know my parents really, really liked that one. That's a pretty dumb one. It's pretty fun. I enjoy that one. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I've not seen that. Did I drink water today? Not enough. My voice is dying. Whenever I do this, I start with 2 cups of water. like pretty full cups as well, and I plowed through the first one faster than I usually do, and so I'm trying to pace myself a little bit on the second one, but I'm just gonna take a big sip right now. Oh yeah, that's good. Will I ever watch musicals such as Hamilton, Epic, Wicked? When it comes to musicals or indie animation or pretty much everything, I watch what I'm interested in. I watch it if it looks like I would enjoy it or at least have something to say. So technically, like Smurfs Today, I am interested in it because like it is animation. And it's mainstream animation and the marketing was horrible. So like there's a lot I can say there. But when it comes to a lot of other things, I watch it if I'm interested in it. Hamilton looked interesting. Lin-Manuel has written a lot of Disney music, and so I did watch Hamilton. I thought it was a pretty darn good musical. Like, that dude, he made a masterpiece with that thing, man. But Wicked, I saw the trailers, didn't look that good. In my opinion, it did not look interesting. I'm not going to say it didn't look good. I will say it did not look interesting. I was not very interested in that one. My mom went and saw it. She was just like, it was fine. And so, I don't know. I was not interested in that film, and so I didn't watch it. And then the other one you mentioned, Epic. I don't know. I'm not that interested in it. I don't think I could really make a video out of Epic, because I don't think my audience is really about that. And if I can't make a video out of it, then it has to be something that, like, I would just genuinely watch without YouTube, you know? And I don't know. Not super interested in that, but we'll see. Hey, we got another one. Ultimate Randomizer. Are you going to consider watching Eurovision? Eurovision. I'm going to look up what that is really quick, which should tell you that I am illiterate. Oh, that's the Eurovision Song Contest. Probably not. I don't know. That doesn't really seem like something that I could talk about. I don't know. Again, I watch things that I think I could probably make a good video on or I'm interested in. And so when it comes to Eurovision or plug something in, maybe I'll try it at some point, but if it doesn't look eye-catching and like, oh, that's cool, then I don't know. We'll see. What is a Eurovision? Yeah, thank you. May I have a penny, please? It's that guy again. No. Would you cop to being Bacon Guy if we recognize your voice in the wild? So I think by cop you mean admit. Like if I was just walking down the street and you're just like, and I said something, you're just like, oh my gosh, is that Bacon Guy? I think it depends. Because like, I really enjoy the fact that I'm a faceless YouTuber and that, like, people don't recognize me. That's really, really nice. Not that I think anyone really would, but, like, it's kind of nice to be faceless. And so if it was someone that I did not know that was just... If it was a really point-blank thing, like, oh my gosh, you're Bacon Guy, maybe at that point you admit it. But if not, it's like, I don't know. I would not want to. I would not want to admit it's me. But depending on how direct they are or the situation, I don't know. We'd see. Probably not, though. I don't know. I like my privacy, you know? I like not being recognized. I like not having my face on the internet. It's kind of nice. But we'll see. Merca! Yeah, Merca! Have I watched the Hunger Games movies or read the books? Yes, I've watched the movies and read the books. Pretty great. Not as big a fan of the third one as I am the first two, but great series. Do I like Amphibia or Owl House? I've not seen them. Not currently planning on watching those. But I know a lot of people like them. Have I seen Alan Becker's animations? People keep telling me to, so I don't know. We'll see if I watch that at some point. Favorite TV show? I mean, I'm probably going to put Gravity Falls up there. Absolute masterpiece of a show. Most shows are fantastic and go on for too long and stop being as fantastic. Gravity Falls got 2 seasons. All it ever needed was 2 seasons. They are 2 of the best seasons of television. It stopped while it was ahead. That is admirable. No other show does that, man. So, yeah, I think I gotta put Gravity Falls there. Hilda? Still not seen Hilda. Still don't even really know what it is. Has-Been Hotel, have not seen it. Not planning on watching that one. That's one that I looked at and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna skip on that. Opinion on the Quiet Place franchise. The first movie, fantastic. One of the best, it's not horror, but like thriller movies I've seen. Amazing. Quiet Place 2 was a good theater experience, but I didn't think it was as solid of a story, and then I was not a fan of A Quiet Place Day 1. I didn't think it was as good of a film. So, like a lot of series, starts off great, they kind of milk it, and then kind of falls apart as it goes on. But just my thoughts. Thoughts on Bluey? A cultural phenomenon that Disney owns, but they own, but they also don't. Like, they own the license to stream it and a few other things, but they can't make Bluey at Disney World, or else they would have done it by now. So it's really nice to see a popular show that's technically Disney, but also Disney can't rub their grubby hands on it and ruin it like they do everything else. So it's cool. It looks like, I don't know, if I had kids, I would totally be fine letting them watch Bluey. It looks like one of the best shows made for kids in a long time. So it's cool. Alright. SpongeBob SquarePants. I did not watch that growing up. I've seen some of it, and some of the clips are funny. Overall, I find the show a little obnoxious, but like, a lot of people love that. Good for them. It's not something I ever got into. Thoughts on Black Phone? I've not seen that one. Who do I think is gonna die in Stranger Things Season 5? Steve is already dead, and we know it. I don't want him to die, but like, come on. It's like in a war movie when the dude in the corner, as they're all waiting for something to happen, the dude in the corner pulls out a picture of like his newlywed wife, or his son, or his wife's pregnant or something, and you're just like, oh, so that's the one that's gonna die. Yeah, Steve is the only. He's the one everyone loves. He's the one that's talked about how he wants to have kids and start a family. Steve's dead. Okay. I've gotten over that. I've come to terms with that. Steve is gonna die. So, would love to be wrong. Steve's dead. Thoughts on Game Theory? Fantastic. Matt Pat as a creator is, I mean, most people have cited him as an inspiration. I would have to do the same. He is, gosh, his videos are great. And there are days where film theory specifically is a bit annoying, because like I'll make a video and people are just like, oh my gosh, you have to watch the film theory on this, or oh my gosh, this theory is right because Matt Pat said it. Because like I think it's been a lot of Frozen stuff where like I've made videos and people are like, oh my gosh, so you need to talk about the trolls theory, or stuff like that. So it does get annoying here and there when people are really adamant about a theory that I've already proven or disproven or talked about somewhere else. But at the end of the day, the reason is because Matt Pat was a master at his work. People love and respect his content. And I think dude, fantastic guy. So, yeah, bit of a weird tangent there, but absolutely love his stuff. I wish him the best in retirement. I'm so glad that he did his thing for a while and then got out at the right time, and I absolutely respect that, man. What about a live Q&A for 300k? I mean, probably. I will admit, I love doing these a lot more than I like the live Q&As. Just, it might be because of the times, or because I do these when I want to, whereas the live Q&As are kind of planned, so like, even if I'm not in a Q&A mood, I still do it. But I'll probably do one for 300k. Hadn't even really thought about it, though. I need to do something special for 300k, probably. Oh, yeah, I had an idea, because for 200k, I did a reverse Q&A, where I asked questions that you guys got to answer. For this next one, it'll be a little bit different, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'll go with that idea, but I had an idea for a different spin on a Q&A. I like doing something different every 100k, which, by the way, we are close to 300k. That's so cool, man. That is fantastic. I've only been doing this YouTube thing for over a year and a half at this point, which already is kind of crazy. But the fact that, I don't know, we're almost a third of the way to 1 million. Guys, that's insane. Like, there are people that will find my channel here and there, and they'll just be like, oh my gosh, dude, how did a channel like yours with just a cheap little PNG and super cheap editing, how do you have this many subscribers? Dude, I have no idea. It's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. Because, like, I'm not going to update the Bacon Guy PNGs or anything. I get that, like, they look kind of rough because they were hand-drawn and stuff. And I could make them look better if I felt like it. But I don't know. I don't want to change what this channel is because it got big, you know? And this channel has gotten a lot bigger than I thought it would. So, I don't know. Also, again, kind of a weird tangent, but it is really funny to get those comments where people are just like, bro, how are you so big when your stuff looks so cheap? It's just like, dude, you and me both. I have no idea, but I absolutely love it. I love doing this stuff. I love making these videos. And I know a lot of the time recently, especially, my videos have leaned more negative. And I don't know. I'm pretty cynical when it comes to a lot of different things, and so I want to start having a few more positive videos soon. I think with my next Q&A, I want to also launch alongside of it a video about like the top 5 movies that have come out within the last 5 or 6 years, or 2 or 3 years actually, that are really, really good and worth watching. Because I feel like all of my reviews recently have been, hey, this thing bad. So, I don't know. I want to talk about good stuff too. But, yeah. It's probably a good place to stop right there. Probably a good place to stop. Thank you guys so much for coming. We have, whoa, 113 people in here? Oh my gosh. Guys, thanks for showing up. If you've subscribed, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, no worries. Thank you so much for just watching either this stream or any videos or literally anything. I could not do any of this if it wasn't for you guys, and you guys are fantastic. And for anyone that sent super chats, this was absolutely full tonight. Oh my gosh. You guys are fantastic and amazing and super cool. And I am kind of running out of compliments. So I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. See you later.